University of Minnesota.
It's time once again for the High School Challenge, coming to you from St. Mary's University in Winona, Minnesota. Now let's join Terry Wirkus in the Affilio Recital Hall for this week's exciting match.
Welcome back to another Sunday morning's High School Challenge contest here on Fox 25, Fox 48. My name is Terry Wirkus. Very glad to welcome you here to St. Mary's University of Minnesota as we again have another fine game for you. Today we have Eau Claire Memorial against Logan as we work towards our High School Challenge Super Bowl coming up in 4 weeks or so. Let's begin by meeting our teams. First, our team from Eau Claire Memorial.
Mike Elgar.
Adam White.
John Allen Applebaugh.
Ryan Butler.
Behind me I have Craig Clark, Mrs. Chris Kondrasik, and Charlie Chen.
And with us, our team from La Crosse Logan.
John Benasik.
Blake Aller-Murphy. Zach Gander.
Amy Gunderson.
Brad Benson.
Diane Gebber, coach.
And our judge from St. Mary's University of Minnesota, Dr. Claire Cordy. Dr. Cordy, it's good to see you again this morning.
Good morning.
So we sure do look bright and cheerful for a Sunday morning, don't we?
We sure do.
But no more cheerful and bright than these students, because we have the best and the brightest here in our High School Challenge tournament. You know, we kind of sometimes jokingly refer to this as the varsity sport of the mind, pitting the sharpest minds of our area high schools in a head-to-head competition.
Well, they've all been fun so far.
We've had some great games, and this is going to be another one. We'll be back with it after this short break for you to hear the rules and hear something from our sponsors, and then we'll begin our contest. So stay with us.
Round 1 is the individual round. The first team is determined by a coin toss. Team A is given a 10-point question and 5 seconds to answer. If no one answers, or if the answer is wrong, the question is offered to Team B. They can answer the question for 5 points or stand silent and lose or gain nothing. Then Team A gets a question and the same procedure is followed. This is done for 20 questions total. Round 2 is the toss-up round. A 5-point question is offered to either team. The first individual to answer correctly scores 5 points for their team. If it is answered incorrectly, they lose 5 points and the question is again offered to either team. This is done for 30 questions total. Round 3 is the lightning round. Each team will get 1 minute to answer 10 questions in a category as quickly as they can. Each question is worth 10 points. A question can be passed and gone back to if there is time. Now, back to the game.
My advisor especially, he's almost like a father figure. He's pushed me to study abroad because he said it would open up doors of opportunity for me through employment.
The business department here has given me the skills and the drive to aspire to form my own corporation.
My main advisor is Dr. Johnson, and he has been very helpful in helping me plan my career.
What the employers are looking for after they leave St. Mary's is a package, not just an academic major, but they're also looking for graduates who have communication skills and leadership skills and field experiences. And that's what St. Mary's does so well. It's not just prepare them academically, but also helps them get the total package.
Teachers showed you how to do so many things with your hands. Now we're calling on you to nominate the best teachers for Disney's American Teacher Awards. Raise your hands and call 1-877-ATA-TEACH or visit us at disneylearning.org.
On the next Stargate SG-1.
I'm from outer space. A top secret government program involving travel to other solar systems.
Sounds like a good idea for a TV show.
What do you know about Mark and Lloyd?
This thing is counting down.
Clear the area! Richard Dean Anderson stars on the next Stargate SG-1
on Fox 25/48.
Well, let's get right going here with our game. Now we've heard the rules. Dr. Cordy, we've done a coin flip. The result of that was? Lacrosse Logan.
Logan, yeah.
All right, well, we'll give you folks the first question. Here we go. This passage concerns what disease? Although the treatment required a series of painful injections in the stomach, victims were spared agonizing death certain to come without treatment. Number 2, Logan.
Rabies.
That's correct. Memorial, the Mexican state of Sonora borders what body of water? Number 3?
Atlantic Ocean.
No. Any idea, Logan? Yes, number 2.
Gulf of Mexico.
No, that's not correct. Correct. The Gulf of California is the correct response. But here's your 10-point question. The dividing line between the illuminated and the unilluminated part of the moon's or a planet's disk is called the what? How about you folks from Memorial? Let me give our audience a hit. I'll be back. It's called the Terminator. All right, we'll continue. Memorial, here's your 10-point question. On a geological cross-section, limestone is represented by a brick pattern. What type of rock is represented by tiny dots? Yes, number 2.
Sandstone.
That's correct. Logan, spell the homophone that completes this tongue-in-cheek definition of nepotism. Putting on... Yes, number 2.
A-I-R-S.
No, not correct. Memorial. You spelled heirs right, A-I-R-S, but it's actually hairs like H-E-I-R-S is what we needed to hear. All right, here's your 10-point question, Memorial. Pickwick Lake on the Tennessee River is at the junction of Tennessee, Mississippi, and what other state? Any idea, Logan? Yes, number 2.
Alabama.
That's good for 5. Here's your 10-point question. In 1911, the most famous painting in the world was stolen from the Louvre in Paris. Name this masterpiece created by number 3, Logan.
The Mona Lisa.
That's right. Memorial, what term is used in journalism for an ongoing series of articles in a newspaper by one author, often including opinionated observations? Yes, number 3?
Editorial.
No. Any idea, Logan? That would be that author's column, his column, ongoing feature. Logan, here's your 10-point question. In the late 1920s, what American city was under the control of Al Capone? Number 2.
Chicago.
That's correct. Memorial, complete this passage. All debts contracted and engagements entered into before the adoption of the Constitution shall be as valid against the United States under this Constitution as under the what? Logan? Yes, number 2.
Articles of Confederation.
That's good for 5 points. Here's your 10-point question. Consisting of 2 symmetrical hemispheres, what structure makes up about 80% of the total brain mass? Yes, number 4.
Cerebrum.
Correct. Memorial, this passage about an unusual teacher was written by what American author? My notes on my first session with Don Juan are dated June 23, 1961. Logan. Carlos Castaneda. Logan, in 1856, who led the contingent that executed 5 pro-slavery settlers who lived near Dutch Henry's Crossing at Pottawatomie Creek? Yes, number 2.
John Brown.
Correct. In 1923, Adolf Hitler was arrested for attempting to take over what German state? Logan? Yes, number 2.
Bayern.
No, it was Bavaria. But here's a 10-point potential for you. Plants that have little permanent woody tissue with hollow or pithy thin green stems are described as being what? Yes, number 3.
A reed.
No. Memorial? They're described as being herbaceous. Memorial, in what poem by Longfellow do children stop on their way from school to watch a smith's flaming forge in roaring bellows, his mighty arms and his brow wet with honest sweat? Number 3.
The blacksmith.
Correct.
That would be correct, Logan, what does avast mean? Yes, number 2.
Large or massive?
No. Memorial? It means to stop, hold fast, desist, or hold. Memorial, the equatorial radius of Earth is slightly greater than what other radius of the planet? Number 3.
The longitudinal radius.
No. Logan? Yes, number 2.
Meridial radius?
No, we're looking for the polar radius. Logan, when quoting material that includes an error in spelling or word choice, you should include what Latin word in parenthesis beside the mistake? Yes, number 2.
Sick, S-I-C.
Correct.
Yes, correct. Memorial. In English, what 2 words did Émile Zola use in the heading of his open letter to the President of the French Republic concerning the Dreyfus case back in 1898? That was Émile Zola. What did he use? Logan, any idea? He used the words, I accuse. All right, teams, the end of first round. We'll be back with the second round and check on that score right after this break.
My advisor especially, he's almost like a father figure. He's pushed me to study abroad because he said it would open up doors of opportunity for me through employment.
The business department here has given me the skills and the drive to aspire to form my own corporation.
My main advisor is Dr. Johnson, and he has been very helpful in helping me plan my career.
What the employers are looking for after their leave St. Mary's is a package, not just an academic major, but they're also looking for graduates who have communication skills and leadership skills and field experiences. And that's what St. Mary's does so well. It's not just prepare them academically, but also helps them get the total package.
Family Resources presents a workshop, Preparing for Choices, for child care professionals, parents, and professionals on April 3rd from 6:30 to 8 p.m. at 122 North 7th Street in La Crosse. The training is directed at preschool and early childhood education options and is free of charge. Call 784-8125 to register. White Pine Wildlife Rehabilitation Center, Fall Creek, holds its 9th annual benefit auction April 4th at 4 p.m. at the Eau Claire VFW Post 305. Many items will be available, and proceeds benefit the center. Call 715-877-2372 for information. St. Luke's United Methodist Church will hold its famous Meatball Supper from 4 to 7 p.m. April 6th at the church, 1022 Caledonia Street, La Crosse. $7 for adults, $3.25 for those 6 to 12, and $1 for kids under 6. Call 782-6421 for tickets. And Walk On Lions presents its annual variety show at the high school on April 6th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets available at various businesses or from any Lions Club member.
7 ideas you wish you'd never had. I put a hex on our wedding. There will be no wedding.
They're gone. Mom and Dad are gonna open the phone bill, and you pulled his hair and told him you cried like a girl.
He does cry like a girl.
Ruthie kissed Ricky Stevens yesterday on the playground.
I had no idea kissing was such a big deal. You forgot her punishment, Daddy. Unbelievable. You can relate.
Weekdays on Fox 25/48.
Welcome back to the High School Challenge this Sunday morning here on Fox 25, Fox 48, Eau Claire Memorial, and Logan. Dr. Claire Cordy, where are we with our score?
Eau Claire Memorial has 20, and Logan had 65. One of their answers was given in German that I did not recognize. For Bavaria, they gave me Bayern, and that would be correct. So we will give them credit for that.
Okay, well, let's continue now with our second round. Everybody grab your buzzers, and here we go. Among the recipients of the very first Nobel Prizes was what physicist who discovered X-rays? Number 2, Logan.
Bohr?
No. Anybody else, either team? That was Wilhelm Röntgen. What name is shared by the leading character in a novel by Daniel Defoe and by a family created by Jonathan Wiss? Number 2, Memorial.
Robinson.
That's correct. In response to a U.S. Army request for a jellied gasoline incendiary, that would, number 2, Logan.
Napalm?
Correct. Each year from July to October, heavy tropical rains in Ethiopia would flood the flatlands adjacent to the Nile River until the construction of what dam back in 1971? Number 2, Memorial.
Aswan High Dam.
On the coastal plains of Louisiana and Texas are many low domed formations. These were pushed up by rising columns of halite and are therefore known as what? They're known as salt domes. This is about an event in what year? Officially, the volume of trading was 16 million shares, but no one knows how many sales went unrecorded in the scramble. Number 2, Logan.
1929?
Correct. In 1924, Bobby Franks was kidnapped and killed by 2 19-year-old boys from millionaire families. These killers were Richard Loeb and Nathan Leopold. In 1881, what trust incorporated by John D. Rockefeller brought 95% of the U.S. petroleum industry? Logan, number 2.
Standard Oil.
Correct. The simple subject comprises what fraction of words in the entire subject of this line? The goal of all inanimate objects is to resist man and ultimately defeat him. Logan, number 2.
Objects?
No. Anybody else? The fraction of words is 1 to 6, 1 over 6. Teens, what novel by John Steinbeck opens with this? Kino awakened in the near dark. That was from The Pearl. The Department of Energy has a pilot plant located near Carlsbad, New Mexico called WIPP. For what does the W in this acronym stand? It stands for waste. What is lacking in this poorly constructed sentence? He said most married actors he knew worked a second job, appeared in commercials, or their wives worked. It's lacking a parallel structure. Teams, name the metal grill on the front of locomotives designed to help clear the track. Logan, number 3.
What is a cowcatcher?
That's correct. This is from what story by Nathaniel Hawthorne? Down came the whole side of the mountain. Just before it reached the house, the stream broke into 2 branches, shivered not a window there, but annihilated everything in its dreadful course. Number 3, Memorial.
The birthmark?
No. Anybody else? Either team? That was from the Ambitious Guest. All right, teams, what war between Britain and Spain erupted back in 1739 after English mariner Robert Jenkins lost a certain part of his anatomy, resulting from a barroom brawl with a customs guard at Havana? It was called the War of Jenkins' Ear. Teams, until his death in the year 2000, Cardinal John O'Connor headed the Archdiocese in what U.S. city? Number 2, Logan.
New York.
That's correct. A negative balance of payments occurs when a nation's cost of imports exceeds income from what? Number 4, Logan.
Exports.
That's correct. The ability of a living organism to maintain a stable internal environment when outside demands are placed on it is called what? Number 2, Memorial.
Homeostasis.
Correct. What Army Air Service colonel and advocate of air power, who was court-martialed and forced to resign from the military in 1926, was posthumously restored to the service in 1942 with the rank of Major General? Major General Billy Mitchell. All right, that's the end of our second round. We'll be back to check on that score and bring you the exciting lightning round right after this break.
My advisor especially, he's almost like a father figure. He's pushed me to study abroad because he said it would open up doors of opportunity for me through employment.
The business department here has given me the skills and the drive to aspire to form my own corporation.
My main advisor is Dr. Johnson, and he has been very helpful in helping me plan my career.
What the employers are looking for after their recent years is a package, not just an academic major, but they're also looking for graduates who have communication skills and leadership skills and field experiences. And that's what St. Mary's does so well. It's not just prepare them academically, but also helps them get the total package.
Now there are new enhancements to the TV parental guidelines that will provide even more information to help you make family viewing decisions. The familiar symbols you've come to recognize are now enhanced by the following descriptors to provide even more content information. FV for fantasy violence, D for suggestive dialogue, L for coarse language, S for sexual situations, and V for violence.
For more information about TV parental guidelines, write to this address.
He's your dog, Charlie Brown.
The Peanuts gang is back.
Another fine mess you've got me into, Chuck.
This time, America's favorite blockhead.
We haven't even left the airport, and I'm already sick.
Is headed for France.
I think maybe I should have stayed home.
And headed for disaster. In the Charles M. Schulz classic,
Bon voyage, Charlie Brown! And don't come back!
Bon voyage, Charlie Brown.
Sunday at noon on Fox 25/48.
Welcome back to St. Mary's University of Minnesota. Very happy to have you here with us this Sunday morning on Fox 25, Fox 48. An exciting contest ongoing here between Eau Claire Memorial and Logan. Dr. Cordy, our score?
Eau Claire Memorial 30, Logan 85.
And that means then that we have 3 categories of questions that we're going to offer to Eau Claire Memorial. We have Africa, we have American literature, and we have electricity. And what is your choice in categories this morning? Africa, American literature, electricity, and your answer is... No, you can't have U.S. presidents. It's not offered. What category of question would you like?
We'll take electricity.
Electricity. All right, electricity. 60 seconds on the clock. Here we go. A 120-volt electric heater draws 25 amps. What is the resistance?
4.
No. Anything that requires power in an electrical unit constitutes part of the
load.
Correct. Superconductors allow electrical current to travel without
resistance.
Correct. Triboluminescence is caused by friction. What is the name for static electricity produced by friction?
Pass.
In 1820, what French physicist discovered the left-hand and right-hand rules for the magnetic field surrounding a wire that carries an electric current?
Pass.
Who in 1799 invented the first battery?
Franklin.
No. What electronic instrument displays the frequency, amplitude, and shape of an electrical signal?
Spectrometer.
No. Of the 4 types of fire extinguishers, which type is used for fires involving live electrical equipment? That would be type C, type C. Oscilloscope was the instrument. Volta invented the battery, and Ampere is the one that came up with that left-hand, right-hand rule for the magnetic field. Okay, Logan, we have 2 categories of questions for you folks to choose from, and you've chosen American literature. So Africa gets put aside, and we will do American literature. 60 seconds on our clock. Here we go. Because they have the only evil hearts in the entire creation, Mark Twain referred to what living beings as evolution's failure?
Humans.
Correct. And what novel by Jack London is a literary critic picked up by the sealing schooner Ghost, captained by the ruthless Wolf Larsen?
Pass.
Ayn Rand was born in what country?
Germany.
No. Who is the tough, honest slave woman who raised Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind?
Pass.
Ambrose Bierce's Tales of Soldiers and Civilians was based on his experiences in what war?
Civil War.
Correct. Name Scout Finch's older brother in To Kill a Mockingbird.
Jem.
Correct. In what story by Jack London is the daughter of an Indian chief captured by Scruff Mackenzie?
White Fang.
No. What story by O. Henry was named after the Ballad of the Walrus and the Carpenter in Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland?
Shocking of the Muscles.
No. Pearl Buck was the daughter of American missionaries who served in what country? They served in China. And Cabbages and Kings was the O. Henry story. And Jack London's daughter of an Indian chief captured by Scruff Mackenzie, that was the son of the wolf. The Son of the Wolf. And The Sea Wolf was the novel by Jack London with that sealing schooner Ghost, captained by that ruthless Wolf Larsen. We'll be back to find out the outcome of our contest right after this short break.